Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. How's everybody doing today? Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from, especially let me know if it's your first time watching. So, just waiting for a couple of people to tell me they're on, and in the meantime, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Nobody up this morning? Come on, we know you're up. There you go. Hey, Meg. Hey, Bonnie. Thank you for tuning in. So today what I wanted to do, not a lot of stamping. I showed the book that I made my mother, and that was from the Onstage, the one that Shelli Gardner did, and it came out really nice, and my mom really loved it. So I'm going to show you how I did that this morning. I don't have written directions down yet, but I will put them on the description. It's actually pretty easy to make. I made a few mistakes in the first one, but you know, we can fix those and you won't even know, okay? Hey Maureen, hey Stacy. Don't forget to share my videos and let's get started. So again, grab your coffee, grab your tea, come stamp with me. Again, it's Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. There is my website if you'd like to order from me, and also my email if you'd like to email me. Now, my host code for this month is right here. And sorry, I had to handwrite it. My printer wasn't working that day. Okay, so that's the host code you want to use for November if your order is less than $150. Good morning, Tammy. Okay, so I am going to bring in a piece of my sheet here of my, let me grab the other side, my paper, because I do want the measurements here. Whoop, actually, let me bring that up. I'm going to bring up the measurements here so that you can see these. Okay, so just to show you again, this was the book I made my mom, and what I used for the paper and the stamp set was the prized peony suite. For the letters mom, or the words mom, I'll put these in the description. I used our playful alphabet dies. And there's all our alphabet. And the cool thing is we have these sheets of dimensionals now. So you can actually just lay that on here, cut it out, and then also do the same thing with your paper, and then stick them on that way. Instead of cutting all those dimensionals, we have the dimensional sheets now, which really come in handy for wording or small pieces that you want to put on a card. Okay, so that's what I used for that. Now I'm just going to show you real quick how I did that. And again, this has been opened so many times. I put ribbon on mine, the one I saw that Shelli did. She didn't have ribbon around it, but I wanted to tie it up with ribbon. And I'm going to show you all of that. And then, of course, inside were these great pictures of my mom from when she was little. And family. I could have put so many more in here, but I only had like two nights to do this, 2 evenings after work. And then the last one here is right there. So you see it goes from when she was little right up to now. And then in between, I have these little pockets, and that's her happy birthday note. But the cool thing is, in these little pockets, I could add some more pictures. Like there's their 40th, and then I found their 50th anniversary, so I was able to just add that into the pocket. You see there's a picture of my dad years ago. A lot of them don't have dates on them because my grandmother didn't put dates on them. But the nice thing is I can add to this. I can add a couple more of these little pullouts. Like I want to do one with my sister's family, you know, her kids and their family, so the great-grandchildren. And I can just tuck them back in there. Now I gave this to my mom on Wednesday night, and then I took it back from her so I could show you. I know I had the pictures on, but I wanted to show it to you live. And then you could just tie it back up. What a lovely gift, right? Okay, so here's another one that I am working on. This one is with our Snow Splendor Designer Series paper. I'm just going to grab a sip of my coffee. Okay, so these papers are available now, okay? All right, so this one I did with our Snow Splendor, and I used our Misty Midnight Moonlight ribbon. And then I didn't even cut it out yet. So there's the pages. Now, what I like to do is have this page right here and this page match. So you can see that those two match. It doesn't have to, but... And you can see that I have this one ready for some pictures. I think this one is going to be a Christmas present for my mother-in-law. Now, to get those little tabs, I used our 1 1/4 circle punch. Any punch will really do. And what you can do is you're just going to go in there and punch a little piece out to make it a pocket. Oh my gosh, she loved it. Her and my mother-in-law loved it. So this one I'm going to probably make for my mother-in-law. Okay, maybe I'll do this one like all Christmas, different years of Christmas. So that's how you get that pocket in there. So you don't want to glue the top piece. All right, and again, I can, if I mess up, and I can still add some more pockets or pages in here if I need to. Yes, she did, Jean. My mother-in-law loved it too. That's why I said, okay, now I got to make her one. Okay, so you want to see how I did that? All right. So with our designer series paper and a lot of our papers, we get this great heavy, let me just bring this down so you can see more of it. Okay, you get more of this, you get this heavy cardstock or heavy chipboard. Okay, so that's what you're going to want to use. Now, normally I wouldn't use this paper trimmer. I have a heavier paper cutter, but I can't bring it over here. It's too heavy. So what I would do is I would cut this, and I'll put the, again, I'll put the measurements in the description later. I'm going to do it at regular card size. So that's 4 1/4. And I would cut this. I don't even know if this one's going to cut it. Let's see how, because I've been using this paper trimmer blade. It probably needs to be changed. I do it a couple times. Yeah, see, it's really thick. So it's 4 1/4. I'm going to flip it around because it didn't quite go through. I would use my heavy-duty paper cutter on this, but to show you. Okay, so one strip of 4 1/4, and then you're going to do 5 1/2. So it's just like if you were using a regular quarter sheet. I'm going to flip it around again. Only because it's so thick. And then you get 2 pieces out of this. So this is enough for one book. Okay. All right. Move that out of the way for a minute. Now, I tweaked my measurements because I didn't have all the exact measurements. So you can actually make it any size you want, but this is how I did it. So I have 2 of these, okay? Then I'm going to start with my designer series paper. Now, real quick, I'm going to have you choose which one I should do. Okay, this is from the new catalog, Well Suited. Okay, so I could actually do this one in a more masculine one for my husband. Or do you want to see it in the fine floral art? Okay, so I'm waiting for a couple of people to pick here which one you'd want to see it. Okay, so the fine floral art or the Well Suited. And I'll be using these, making these for people anyway, so I'm going to use both. All right, so I'm just going to wait a few minutes till you tell me which one you want to see. Which one do you want me to use? You can see I already have some paper here, another chipboard here. So I'm going to be fine floral art. Okay. I'm going to be making both anyway. Todd Top page. Okay. All right. So you want to see the top page too? So that's the one you chose. Okay. I took the first two, masculine, well suited. Wow. Well suited is getting quite a few. Okay. I'm going to wait one more time here. Okay. So it looks like it's a tie. All right. I'm going to do the fine floral. It looks like it's, oh no, well suited is, okay, well suited it is. There's a lot more for well suited, so let's go with that one. All right, so now I have these two pieces of chipboard. Put those over there. Now I need to cut my designer series paper. So the first thing I want to do is figure out what I want for the front. Is it me or is Rose's? I don't know if the, I'm not here, Debbie. Okay, so let me figure out. I think I'll go with this one for the outside. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut two pieces at 4 1/4. Okay, so let's do 4 1/4. Same as I did the chipboard. 4 1/4. Okay, so the well-suited one out, but I will be doing one with the fine art. Okay, so we're going to do 5 1/2. I need 2 of these. Okay, so those I need for this piece right here. Okay, and then for the spine, okay, what I chose to do was take a 3-inch piece. Now you see I'm using the same paper, but I'm going to flip it around. And 5 1/2. Okay, so it's got to be the same size. All right, so that's that. Okay, now for the ribbon to tie it, let's see what ribbon I can grab. I actually thought you were going to pick the fine floral, so I was all ready for that. So let's grab, let's see, I'm going to grab the suede. Okay, the suede ribbon from our annual catalog. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I did this. Okay, again, this is just the way I did it. All right. So I'm going to take 24 inches. I find that's a good number. 24 inches of ribbon. It's good for me anyway, because I need to have room to cut it. And my scissors weren't. Oh, let me grab those. Okay. So then I'm going to lay it out here. I found this is the easiest way. So there's my 4 1/4. And I chose to do mine at 9 1/4 inches. You could actually bring it in closer if you wanted to make it at 9 inches. But I'm doing the outside at 9 1/4. Remember, I will have these dimensions for you. I'm laying my ribbon down. Okay. I'm going to take my Tombow. Again, I'm sure that there's going to be other directions for these things later on, and I am going to use Tombow to put my paper down. Okay. So I want this for the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. All right. Whoop. I want to keep it straight. And then I'm going to use Tombow here. I don't know about anybody else, but I am terrible about keeping things straight. And our grid paper, which you can buy in our catalog, keeps me honest. And I'm going to lay that down. Again, you don't have to put the ribbon on there to keep it tied together, but I just like it. Whoop. This is another reason why I use Tombow, because if I slide it by mistake, whoop, I can put it back. Okay, and this is why your grid paper really helps you. put that back on there. Okay. So there's the start of my book. Okay. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Fran. Good morning, France. Okay. Now this piece is the 3 inches by 5.5. That's going to be my spine. That's going to go right here. Okay, so I'm still keeping this at 9.25 inches. And I am going to glue this down on each end. And again, this is why I like the Tombow here, because I can just set it down like that. Whoop, slide it up. And then do the same thing with the other side. So I'm just going to lift that up a little bit, put a little Tombow here. It's going to dry. I'm going to flip it over. See, I have a larger spine. You can make the spine smaller by squishing them in a little bit. Okay. Once it's dry, and it's not dry yet, so you fold it over. So let me finish letting this dry. Okay, put it back there. I just wanted to show you what happens. Okay, so we are going to put that back. 9.25. Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over because I didn't put enough glue on it, and I know that, but I can lift this up gently and just put a little more glue under there without having it squirt out, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and do this side. And while that's drying, I'm going to show you how to do the insides, okay? So let that dry. Now I'm going to bring in some of these other great papers from the Well Suited. And I'm actually kind of glad you did pick this one, because the Well Suited and the book I want to make my husband, I want to put all pictures of my son, or our son, and my husband. I did a book like that after my father passed away, a scrapbook for my son with just pictures of him and my father. So I think this will be a nice little gift. All right, so now I want to do the same thing. I want 4.25. And remember, I want 2 of these, okay, because I'm going to use both sides. 4.25. And then let's pick another color here. I want this other one here. Let's see what else we got. What other ones do we have? Ooh, I like this one. What's on the other side of this one? That's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so, okay, we'll use that one. Probably won't have as many sheets to do here, but we'll see. Okay, I want 2 of each. How many let me see how many I got in here. We'll see. Might do more than this one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so far I got 4. I'm going to pick one more. Let's do this blue one right here. Paisley? Yeah, let's do the paisley. Now remember, you can make them as big as you want. I have to find pictures for all of these. Okay, 4.25. And 4.25. Okay, that's good to start with. All right, so now the book, remember the book is 9.25. I found, this is my personal opinion, I found that if I make the sheets 1/4 inch shorter, it fits in the book better and you don't get any overhang. So if you did a book at 8.5, you'd want the inside sheets at 8. Okay, make sense? Okay, so these are going to be 4.25 by 9. And I think, did I do it right? I did it wrong. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Back that up. Let me grab some more. 5.5. See, I should have wrote the things down, right? Okay, let me just grab these real quick. All right, I'm going to grab these. Sorry. It's 5.5. 5.5 by 9. We're going to cut these right here. 5.5 by 9. No worries there because I'll be able to use that paper. Sorry. Hey, we all make mistakes. That makes more sense, doesn't it? I thought it looked kind of short. No worries there. I bought 2 packs of this. Okay. Happy Friday. Yes. Okay, so 5.5 by 9. This is why I write things down before I go live. Okay. No worries with that paper because I will be using it again. Okay. There we go. All right. Remember, the inside is 5.5 by 9. That would make more sense now, wouldn't it? Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold these in half. Get my bone folder, which I don't see here, so I'll use this one. I'm really surprised you all picked well suited. Well, that more people picked well suited, but I guess we need more masculine. This is a great Christmas gift, you know, for the man in your life that has everything. What about a nice little book like this, huh? I mean, it's a great book for anybody, but I don't know about you. Men seem to be the hardest to find Christmas for. All right. All right, there we go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put these together. So I want this flap and this flap to be the same. So I am going to start with the blue, okay? And it's going to actually get glued down eventually on the inside like this. All right, so I'm going to start with that one. See which one I don't want. I think I like this one. So that's going to get glued to this. This one will get glued. I like this inside. So that one's going to get glued in there. That would be a great one for journaling too. That's going to get glued in there. This is the one I want on the end. And this one I will glue here. And this one, of course, because I want it on the outside, would get glued here. Okay, it's all going to make sense when I'm done. Oh, got one more. Let me put that one in. Let's see. That one. Let's put this one in here. And then that one. Okay. So, you want to make sure that you give these a good crisp. Okay. So, the first thing we're going to do, let me bring in my book now that it's dry. There you have the book, right? With the ribbon. Oh, yes, Kathy. This is perfect for your dad. Do the same thing I did for my mom. Find old pictures of when he was young, right up through now. I mean, my mom just went crazy over it. I do have to give it back to her. I took it back after I gave it to her so I could show everyone. Okay. So we're going to start here, right? Okay. So this one's going to go right here. So we are going to glue this one down first. All right. Remember not to glue the top, because that's where your little pockets are going to go. You can use Tombow or any heavy adhesive. This isn't quite the way I want it. I'm using the Stampin' Seal, but no snail. Stampin' Seal, tear and tape, Tombow, and I'm going to just line those up if my hand stops shaking. Okay, that's the first page. Okay, so there you go. So you know this one is going to be glued down to the front, and there's your first page. And there's your first pocket. Okay, all right, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Oh, definitely share this video. I want everybody to make these, and I'd love to see what yours looks like. So go ahead and post yours to my Stampers Delight. You can post it on this page. That's where we like to do all our samples. Okay. I'm not going to worry about if it's not lined up perfectly, because at the end I'm going to give it a nice crisp edge. Okay. So there's our second page. Oh, Linda, I hope everything is okay. I'm glad you're watching me, though. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun making these. I am going to do one with the floral art. So you'll be seeing in the next few weeks more of these books from me. I think everybody's going to get one for Christmas. We're going to glue this one down. And depending on how wide your insert is, okay, that's where you're gluing them. Make sense? Okay. My pages aren't exactly perfect, but you're not going to really see that. Okay. Here you go. Look at this. Okay. Now here's my last page. There's my first page. It doesn't have to match up. It's just the way I want it. I guess you could put the ribbon inside here if you wanted to, but I like it on the outside so it really holds the book together. Okay. So there we have that. There's your pages. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can make those little punch outs before you put it in, which is probably easier. Then what you're going to do is you are going to just take the first page, pop maybe a 1/4 inch out, depending on how I like to put it on every page. I'll tell you why, because you're always going to find something. If you can't find pictures, you can find journaling. I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. And any size punch would work. You just want to do like a 1/2 moon or a 1/4 moon. And if you don't have a small enough punch, you can use our framelits, our dies, before you actually glue it down. Don't forget our circle dies would work to do this too. And this is the last page. I don't need to do this one. Remember, you don't need to do that one. That one's getting glued down. Perfect for grandchildren. You could do this with your grandchildren to make gifts for their parents. Love that idea. All right. So I'm going to go back to my Tombow because it's a little more forgiving. And you definitely want to get this on the outer edges. I told you it wasn't hard. So thank you, Shelli Gardner, for that idea. What a great idea, and it came at just the right time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just slide this page right here. Okay, now what I found is I do need to pull this last page. If I just glue it down like that, it's not going to work. You need to pull it to the end. Don't worry about the spine of it, because when you close it, it's going to work just fine. Okay, so I am going to glue this down. I am going to pull this over to the edge here. And slide it around if you have to. And then fold it in half. And you see I got it. There we go. And there's the book. Okay, so that's the book part there. Look at this. I mean, I do have to let it dry. Yes, I could do one for Selena's shower. You're right. Numbers going up around here. I don't know how much of a shower we're going to have, and I thought of doing one for their engagement pictures. But thanks, Denise. You're right. A shower one. This would make a lovely shower gift for whether wedding or baby. Okay, so there's the pages. Now, for the inside, I'm going to grab a couple of pieces of, let's see, well, this is mostly white, so let me grab my white. So I have these pre-cut. Oh, I have some that are already small. Look at that. I always have some white cardstock. This would get right in here. Well, that's shimmery white. I don't think he wants shimmery white, although he may. Okay, so right inside here is where I can put another picture. Okay, that might be too wide. Yeah, it's a little too wide, depending on where you put your glue. Okay, so let me just lift this up. Let me just lift this up. Take your pick tool and work with that. See if it's the right size. So I got to trim that down. So let me just trim it down a bit. Let's see, what is this? 3 inches should work. 3 inches. Oh yeah, you're going to be stocking up on designer series paper like crazy. So this would go in here. Come on. It's easier if I set it up this way. There we go. My fingers aren't working today. Once you get it in there and you move it in and out, it's a lot easier. Okay, so this is 3 inches. I'm just going to slide that down there. So there's my first one. Okay, I have some other ones cut here. So let me just do, this is 3 inches by, I think it did by 4. Yeah. So this is 3 inches by 4, and they fit perfect in there. And guess what? They also are the perfect size for another small picture or journaling. Okay, ooh, I gotta get to work. All right, so that would go in there. So you would do that all the way through. Now what I would do is maybe take those pieces of leftover designer series paper and cut those on here. You can match them up if you wanted to, so I would match this one up to this side. Let's see, let's find the one that goes to that. This one. All right, so this I would cut. When I'm done with this before Christmas, I'll show it to you. So I'm going to, the inside was 3 inches, so this is going to be just a tad smaller. And it was by 4, so just a notch smaller. Take that out. I would glue this right here. And I'm going to take that ribbon, because I'm going to do it in blues and browns. So let me show you what I do with the ribbon. I stick a little glue here. Then I glue that down. Oop, got it on top there. Like this. Flip it on the other side. Make a little loop. Glue that down. So that makes my little tab. Okay. And then cut another piece. Let's see, what's it? Yep. Another piece here. Remember, the insides are 3 inches, so they're smaller. Put my picture on shimmery white. I like that, Denise. You're right. So I can sparkle all day in his album. Although it's supposed to be just him and my son. But hey, I gave birth. I should be in there too. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that down. And that one's going to go right in here. So you have a little white edging. Again, you can put a picture in there or journaling. And then that is just going to slide right in here. The more you slide them in and out, the easier it is to get them in and out. Okay, so let's just put that one in there. Ta-da. Okay. So there's the outside of the book. When you open it up, you've got your pictures, you've got your little pull tab, and then you flip it over and you have more. And then I would just do this rest all the way through. And that's how I did it. So I will put the measurements. Remember, the sheets inside are 5.5. I can't edit I can't edit my video live. Actually, I don't edit any of my videos. What you see is what you get. Sorry. Okay, so I will finish that one up. And I will definitely show pictures on my Facebook page and Stampersdelight.com, my blog. All right. I know we didn't do any stamping, but I thought this was definitely worth showing because with the holidays coming, you want to definitely make some handmade gifts. I think they are the best. And then, of course, you just tie that in a little bow and add your embellishments. It's not a great bow, but that's okay. I'm going to be untying it. Again, here's the Christmas one that I did. And the finished product or project that I made for my mom. And that's all there is to it. I will add all the descriptions. And I will take some still shots of these. And I'll have them on my Facebook page and my blog, Stampersdelight.com. I really hope you enjoyed that. Get away for a little bit from Christmas cards. But now we have some Christmas projects. And I'd love to see yours. So definitely when you make them, post them. You can go to my Facebook group page, Stampers Delight group page, and just upload them there. I'd really love to see them. You'll be making them for the holidays. Good job, Lisa. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Deborah. I hope you have a great weekend, a great Friday, and a great weekend. And I will see you back here Monday night. Well, not here. I will see you on my YouTube channel. Remember, that is just go into Stampers Delight there, all one word, and I'll be on at 7 p.m. Okay? Everyone have a great evening or a great day and a good weekend. Bye, Stampers. Keep on stamping.